Good morning, this is Will from Engearment with a review of Outdoor Vitals Fortius 2P trekking pole tent. And let's just start with why you would want a trekking pole tent. And the main reason is obviously you don't take poles, which is a large percentage of the tent's packing footprint. So suddenly, for a very small package, and this weighs in at just over 2 pounds, you have a very sizable tent. I'm in the UK at the moment. Why did I bring this? Because it's the easiest one to carry if I'm just coming with carry-on luggage, and I knew I could find some trekking poles when I got to where I was going, so I borrowed a couple of poles, and there it is. There's my tent. You're basically using something that you'd be carrying anyway to help you to put the tent up. It's also a single skin tent, and again, that has pros and cons. And I'd like to talk about that as we go along. So let's put this up. So what does make the Outdoor Vitals Fortius 2P so special? Ultimately, it is the size of the tent for the package that you carry. Like I say, just over 2 pounds, the packed tent. And yeah, I've spent a lot of time in tents over the years, and as we came to a more lightweight model, the footprint shrunk and shrunk, which is great because I love only carrying 2 pounds on my back. However, it does mean that if it rains and you're stuck in a tent, you're in a really confined space. And what we got here, really, for the weight, is a palace. And this is why this tent is special. I was in this with my son, who's 18 and 6'1", taller than I am, and my nephew, who is 6. And we were able to make it work. You've got plenty of awning space to leave stuff outside the tent but in the tent. It is relatively easy to set up, but like all tents of this nature, there's a lot of subtleties in getting a good pitch. So I really do encourage you to practice a couple of times before taking it out, because yes, you don't want to find out the problems on a wet night when you're miserable. So that's a thought. The other thing is, it is a single wall tent, which is great because it means you don't have to cart around so much. It's great because these are not about separating the fly from the inner and preventing moisture on the inside. They're just a case of getting the tent maxed out space-wise and preventing too much flutter if it's a windy night. But it does mean you have to manage condensation. I think they've done a great job in this tent of reducing the condensation. But if you're breathing straight onto the wall that you're sleeping under, there is going to be drip. A couple of things that you can do is make sure the tent is really stretched out well so that the drips roll down to the corners. We're not talking a lot, we're talking about what you breathe, basically. 3 people in it did produce, you know, enough condensation to see it. The other thing is to make sure you're maxing the ventilation. Make sure it's not right down on the ground, because if you don't get the air coming through, then yes, you're going to get more condensation. But my overall opinion of this is it is an amazing tent, and ultimately if I didn't like it I wouldn't bother carrying it home. You know, it's one less thing to carry on the homeward journey. I'd leave it with a friend, but this is definitely going home with me because I'm definitely going to use it, and I'm definitely going to use it because of just how much space it is. Most two people lightweight tents, when my son and I are in them, I'm feeling cramped, and here there is the room to sit up nicely. You can see I'm in front of the tent, so there's a little bit of foreshortening going on, but I'm still not reaching the top. The space makes this really special. They could have saved weight by making it smaller. I'm really glad they didn't. I think this is an incredible tent, and I would definitely encourage you to look for one if a trekking pole tent is what you're after. Like I say, pros and cons. You can't leave this tent with the poles in place if you want your trekking poles during the day. You can't just pick the tent up like you can do a dome tent and shake it around. So there's a few things to sort of really decide, is a trekking pole tent the one I want or not? And if so, yes, this is an amazing version for the price. Pretty good ventilation, like I said, so not too much condensation, which is great for a single wall tent. But the biggest reason for getting this is a lot of space for not too much weight and a really small packing footprint. So yeah, this is Will with Outdoor Vitals Fortius 2P10. Used it up in the mountains of North Wales, loved it, and I would definitely encourage you to take a look at it if this is the kind of tent that you're after.